The question we were asked today is how can NATO de-escalate the situation in Ukraine? This is an interesting and incredibly relevant question and could be essential to determining our country and our world's future. But in order to answer it, we have to ask ourselves, what is Ukraine doing? And how are other countries, especially the US, reacting to it? Well, first of all, based on claims made by President Volodymyr Zelensky, we know that Ukraine is most likely to some degree exaggerating the situation with Russia, with President Zelensky stating, "According to our information, the enemy marked me as target number 1, my family as target number 2. They want to destroy Ukraine politically by destroying its head of state." And while I'm not accusing President Zelensky of lying or of making up the situation, it could be assumed that he is exaggerating, at least slightly, in order to make the situation seem as if it has to do with something a bit more personal than Ukraine's precious resources or political power. Secondly, President Zelensky has ordered a military mobilization, going as far as claiming that in order to ensure the defensive state, maintaining combat and mobilization readiness of the armed forces of Ukraine and other military formations is essential. This is a perfectly normal thing to happen in war. Country gets invaded, country invades other country back. However, this double invasion could lead us to believe that Ukraine is in some way contributing to this situation by escalating it farther than it could go. However, Ukraine's position in this argument isn't the most important. What about Russia's most well-known enemy, the United States? How are they contributing to this situation, and how could they be making it worse? According to the Guardian Live News article, Putin chose this war. Putin chose this war. Ukraine's foreign minister Dmytro Kuleba spoke to Secretary of State Antony Blinken, stating, "Secretary informed me on the new U.S. sanctions on Russia, as well as plans to deliver defensive weapons to help Ukraine defend itself." Now, based on this, we can assume, or we can flat out assume, one very thing. The United States is choosing sides by choosing to deliver defense weapons to Ukraine rather than leaving the situation alone, or putting their power towards something more productive, such as ceasing Russia's ability to invade Ukraine in the first place. So let's go back to our question. What is Ukraine doing? Firstly, Ukraine is responding to Russia in an equally violent manner, accusing them of targeting the president himself, as well as sending troops that will most likely invade Russia back. And in addition, the United States is also contributing to this situation by, in fact, picking a side in the war rather than staying out of it. So to answer our question, what NATO could do is it could encourage all three countries to cease picking sides and cease the mobilization of troops and defense weapons.